Today I've asked you here, Dr. Ben, to talk a little bit about our new product, iDefender-GOLD. But before we do that, I'd just like to tell the people a little bit about your background.
Sure.
You're an endocrinologist and you specialize in holistic medicine. Can you tell us a little bit about endocrinology and holistic medicine?
That's right. Now the science behind it is called bioresonance, and it's the study of how energetic fields relate to the human body, because the entire human body is a complex conglomerate of cells that vibrate, and every matter vibrates at a certain vibration. And so the study of it helps us to understand how certain natural elements and metals and even natural substances and naturopathies can relate to the body and how the body receives and accepts them. And so my study and research was into how the endocrine glands, which is the hormone systems, the body's messaging system, relates to elements like these.
Okay, that sounds pretty complex.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about iDefender-GOLD.
Yes.
iDefender-GOLD is the next generation from iDefender. Okay,
Yes.
so our base element is the same as iDefender, ionic Nano Copper.
Yep.
So can we talk a little bit about what ionic Nano Copper is and how it affects pathogens?
Right. So only since the 19th century we've been able to discover how to nano-size particles and small enough for the human cell to receive it. And so nanotechnology has been on the rise since the 19th century. So with nano-sized copper particles, in fact copper has been used for over 4,500 years, and people have been using copper because they recognize its properties to the human body and how it helps the human body heal. So what we've managed to do is basically create a dilution that is able to be the right resonance frequency that the body can accept and receive, and the right resonance frequency to create a biofield around us that protects us against the negative influences or negative elements.
Okay, so when we diffuse, we take our ionic Nano Copper and diffuse this will, if it comes in contact with a pathogen, it's going to inhibit the growth or the spread of that pathogen?
Absolutely, absolutely. Diffuses it altogether. You know, so that pathogen is just knocked out.
Okay.
But let's say they get through the second barrier and they're able to penetrate that. You know, there's a second line of defense that this solution has with the iDefender-GOLD, because it has what we call resonance imprinting, where we imprint a particular resonance frequency to allow that water to vibrate at a frequency that is able to repel bacteria and viruses. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the second part of this what we call the gold or the upgrade.
That's right.
We've actually, for a lack of a term of art, we've infused this with resonance frequency. And
Yes.
It's my understanding that this resonance frequency is tuned, like
Yes.
you tune a piano, it's tuned to the same frequency as a pathogen. And when I
Yes.
say pathogen, I mean something like a COVID virus, hand, foot, mouth disease, SARS, any number of things that we worry about, funguses, mold. And when it's able to get to that pathogen,
Yes.
it causes it to vibrate and it disables it. Am I right in that, or can you explain it in a little bit more?
Absolutely, Steve. Now that we can study, because we can quantify that data, because we've researched into it, we're able to invert waves, even invert waves in order to target specific pathogens and within a range. And so, of course, now everybody's afraid of COVID. And so there's so many different types of COVID variants right now, and it's hard to keep track of it. But all these COVID variants have something in common. They have a certain frequency range in which they work in. And so this idea of targeting that or jamming the signals within this frequency range, right, and immobilizing the bacteria's ability to communicate with other bacteria, one. Number two, jamming its ability to metabolize copper, because copper, once it gets into the microorganism's wall of its digestive tract, it implodes and it destroys the bacteria altogether. Resonance frequency, we are able to raise the bar on the energy level of this product so that it resonates with the body and maintains a healthy energetic level of the body at all times.
Okay, so you brought something up which it leads me to my next question.
Yes.
A lot of our customers, our distributors are worried because they've all heard cases of, or many of them have heard cases about copper poisoning. And you know, you typically hear about this when people work in copper mines in the United States or in China. Why is, if this is ionic nano copper,
right,
and we have this here, why is this safe for us to use?
That's a very good question. Now, nano copper is a bit different than nano dust. Dust from copper dust. And copper dust are fairly large, and large amounts of it can intoxicate human lung when you breathe it in, or even if you ingest it. Nanoparticles on the other end are sized at a capacity where the cells look at it as something essential and something that can be received into the body. You see, so it's totally safe. It's totally different.
Totally safe. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if it's used in, we recommend a dosage that you should use it. But even if people put too much dosage, it's still going to be safe for them.
The dilution is perfect. I mean, you guys have gone to intensive research to find the right solution, the right dosage for it. I mean, 1 ml of nano copper in 300 ml purified water, that's totally safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So our first product, iDefender. It just had ionic nano copper, okay? Yes. And you know, it's a great product, no doubt, because when we go out to the grocery store, when we're out in public, if we're diffusing this, if we are come up against a pathogen, yes, it's going to disable that or inhibit that pathogen, okay? But what the added benefit, I think, of the resonance frequency is this is diffusing. It's also sending out energy, or think of it as sound waves.
That's
and
right,
it's going out in all directions.
Yes.
So as we walk through the mall, maybe we're getting everything that's coming back. If there's a piece of virus coming at us, this is going to be our defense.
That's
but if
right,
somehow it comes in at the side, if we don't have this here,
yes,
it's not going to be able to defend us as effectively. But with the resonance frequency, because it's going out, it's going to push these away. It's kind of like a magnet.
Yes,
It
right,
repels and it kind of sends that pathogen into shaking and makes it less effective. Am I correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is the science behind biofields. And this product just got better. You know, and I just want to congratulate you guys, because by imprinting a particular energetic field or imprint in it, not only do you make this more potent in its ability to fight viruses, but it also resonates well with the body and allows the body to resonate and keep at a resonated pattern that is healthy. You know, which is about 75 megahertz.
Okay.
So,
you know, a lot of our customers, they tell us, and I hesitant to say this, but they tell us that even just by using this, they felt better. Yep. They've had more energy. They don't feel like they're as drained. Is there a reason for that?
Absolutely, that's our secret.
Okay.
So what we imprint into the water, because water holds memory.
Right.
And so we can imprint particular frequencies that are beneficial to uplift the human spirit or the human emotion.
Right.
And that's what we've done with this through the technology, the fusion of technologies. Yeah.
So the base of this is water, and we've infused it with that resonance frequency.
That's right.
And that's what we're the benefit we're getting when we're doing this.
That's right. That's the formula.
Okay, great. All right, listen, I want to thank you for your time today.
You're most welcome.
If you have questions, let us know. Thank you for your time.